Hello, everybody! Welcome to another episode of Starship Evo. I am Reason, and today we are doing something very mischievous. Actually. uh, anyway, I remember back in the 30s. I'm getting too old for this. So anyway, I was just thinking, if you guys are interested, I could always do an old Reason representation, and have a little fun with that. But right now, we are looking, oddly enough, at this planet for no particular reason at all. Anyway, no, that's not what today's episode is. That was a bad joke. Oh, it's been a long week, gentlemen, folks. Anyway. Okay, so we are looking at these two ships. I was going to say shuttles, but they are heavy shuttles. One is a military and the other is civilian. The difference between the two is the one on the left is much older, and the one on the right is a more newer version of the same ship. And both ships are light escort heavy shuttle class. Or similar. They're basically what you'd call space planes or something like that, or whatever you want to call them, heavy shuttles. But anyway, they're basically meant to go from planet to planet, or ship to planet, or starbase to planet, or vice versa, or whatever. So anyway, the Allarence, which is the Allarence class ship, is the older of the two, built in the pre-Doom Wars, which is before the whole war between the Doom Empire and Zorko started up. This is a pre-war ship, and this is... No, I got that backwards. This is... Yeah, this would be the pre-war, before all that. And this is the predecessor, basically after the war and all that stuff, and when the colonies were settling and stuff, the ship replaced this ship. The difference between the two ships is this one's more armed, this one has better shielding, and this one's ultimately faster. Its flaws is it's light armor, easier to destroy, and it's not a very reliable ship when it comes down to its size. It's kind of clumsy. This ship was built a bit larger. As you'd notice, it has thicker armor, so it's designed to basically take a few hits and better shielding, but it was not built in the way to have better weapons. It did have some weapons on it, but it never really saw combat. And like the Allarence class, there was three variations of the ship. The difference is, the Allarence has a dining hall. Like, it was not really designed for passenger use. It was designed for just troop transports and stuff like that. And this ship basically had a lot of other flaws with its warp capabilities. Was limited. It was just basically a very, very slow, and it wasn't a very popular ship. This was before it got a major overhaul, which improved some of its aspects, but still, it still kept its limitations. It does have hidden weapons and stuff. Combat-wise, it's not bad. It does have the ability to fight, but it didn't have much in the way for cargo capacity either, so that was another one of its flaws. And its distance lacked. Now, the predecessor, which is the civilian class, was built into three variations, three tiers of the same ship. Tier 1 basically being this model that you're seeing here, which is the passenger version. Tier 2 was just strictly cargo, which it's basically a cargo carrier. All this gutted out. And Tier 3 was for military use. Unlike the Allarence, that was basically military or cargo, this one has a much bigger cargo capacity. This is like one of the cargo-ish areas. It has, first class seating. Along the sides it has second class, and then third class in the middle and top on the upper decks. Unlike the Allarence, this is built into 3 decks. This ship has no cafeteria, no lounge or anything like that. It is strictly passenger. Like, it's just basically point A to point B, basically like a modern day airplane, sort of same idea. Yeah, it does have a lower deck, which this is its huge cargo bay. Difference from this between the Allarence is the Allarence has a smaller cargo bay, where this one has a much larger cargo capacity, so it can carry more stuff. And what ship doesn't want to carry? In here you have the weapon systems, which it's all work in progress basically. I don't know. I might rebuild the entire interior of this ship. Depends on what my mood is. But yeah, that's pretty much the lowdown of this ship. Now we'll go pop into the Allarence, which does have a bit of a nicer interior. But I mean, for what it is, we'll start. It has like the lounge or galley, I guess you'd call it. Nice little seating area. It doesn't have much in the way for passenger seating, although it can carry passengers. Those little crew area, but yeah, this one has compartments. This one, I believe, is more military. And you got your engine room, which, yeah, mishmash of pipes and everything. Where are we? I think we're coming out of the toilet. And then up top here we have the bridge area, the bridge deck, so it has sort of a semi-bridge. Nicer bridge than the other ship. Captain's quarters, which, no, I don't really know what I'm going to put in there. Cargo area. And it does have a larger cargo bay, but I mean, this is basically the cargo bay of the ship. That's it. Not a lot smaller, which is probably one of the reasons why it got replaced. And of course, don't feed the humans. Oh, I think this is this is where I'm going to put fuel tanks and stuff. I think, is this one the downgraded version? I don't remember. Anyway, folks, I'm not going to really do an outfight of the 2 ships, although it would be pretty cool. Let's just kind of give a rundown of the 2 classes of Starship. The Zorko Confederation used the Allarence basically right up till the Dragon ship was lost in the Lost Galaxy for 7-8 years. And after that, the ship basically was unusable, so it was scrapped. Had a long life, but after that point it no longer served any purpose. It was just wasn't a very useful ship in the later years, and they needed something that was going to be better and less military based. And there is going to be 3 variations of this particular vessel. Right now it's just an empty shell of itself. Instead of having the captain's chair, it has 2 pilot seats, which, like an airplane, co-pilot and pilot, and different stuff like that. Yeah, it's definitely a different build. I could make a prison version of the ship for transports, but this is more the future compared to the 2. Anyway, folks, that's not much of an episode, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had fun going over the little details of these ships, and we'll go over other builds eventually. Anyway, folks, that is all for today. I am Reason, and we will see you in space.